The Huawei P30 Pro is the best smartphone when it comes to photography. The Huawei P30 Pro is so close to being the best smartphone right now, and for some people it's already in the top spot. It's the best phone we have used when it comes to photography with 5x and 10x zoom capabilities and fantastic low light performance. The large 6.47-inch screen on the P30 Pro may only have a full HD+ resolution, but it's bright, clear and colorful, providing an excellent canvas for your apps and games. The Huawei P30 Pro packs a 4200 mAh battery, which is larger than those in pretty much all of its rival. The Huawei P30 Pro packs in a Kirin 980 chipset and 8GB of RAM, giving the handset plenty of power under the hood. This means the P30 Pro is capable of handling any app you throw at it, with fast load times and the ability to render graphically demanding games such as PUBG on the highest settings without skipping a bit. There's no worry when it comes to P30 Pro potentially running out of juice. The battery life here is excellent. The Huawei P30 Pro's standout feature is its camera setup. It's the feature Huawei is marketing the phone around, and for good reason, as a camera phone it's excellent. On the rear, you will find a quad camera array comprising of 40MP main sensor, 8MP telephoto camera, 20MP ultra-wide-angle lens and time-on-flight depth sensing camera. The cameras of P30 Pros sets a new standard for the entire mobile industry. Its 4 rear cameras are quite simply astonishing. The design is eye-catching and powerful. It is providing good 5x and 10x zoom and a digital 50x zoom, which gets you insanely close to the objects far off in the distance. Its low light capabilities are also top-notch. The P30 Pro not only sets a new standard for Huawei, it sets a new standard for the entire mobile industry. It's a true flagship smartphone. After years of walking in the shadows of Apple and Samsung, the Chinese phone maker is stepping into the light and forging a new path with its new Android smartphone, the OnePlus 7 Pro. With a premium glass and metal design, a sharper notch-free display, a pop-up selfie camera, a faster and more responsive in-display fingerprint sensor, and a triple camera system on the rear, the OnePlus Pro has more than enough going for it to earn its Pro name. That said, the OnePlus 7 Pro is still cheaper than the top phones from Samsung, Apple, Sony and Huawei, so it's not going to break the bank, and with its pop-up camera party trick and glorious all-screen design, there's a lot to love. There's a whole lot of screen on the OnePlus 7 Pro. With a 6.67-inch QHD display, free of notches, punch-hole cameras and any oversized bezels. The front of the phone is pretty much all-screen and it looks great, with a colorful punch thanks to the AMOLED panel. We found the OnePlus 7 Pro could last more than a day on a single charge, which is great news and something not all handsets in our phone list can do. There's a triple camera setup around the back of the OnePlus 7 Pro, with Sony's 48MP sensor, your main snapper, but with telephoto and wide-angle secondary options too. It's a solid snapper, but it doesn't quite challenge the likes of Google Pixel 3 range. However, there's something fun on the front. Not that you can see the front-facing camera, that's because it's hidden in the body and pops out of the top of the phone when required. The OnePlus 7 Pro is closer to delivering everything you want from a flagship phone than any previous OnePlus handset, while still being able to undercut the big-name competition. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro is still one of the best phones from the Chinese firm to date, offering up a heavy mix of design, power and performance with a few party pieces thrown in too. It builds on the P20 and P20 Pro, offering up even more screen-enhanced triple rear cameras and an in-display fingerprint scanner. This phone has Kirin 980 processor and it's the first 7nm chip on any Android phone. The Mate 20 Pro has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. You can expand the storage to a maximum of 256GB. It has a 6.39-inch display, giving you a huge amount of space for gaming and movies, and its QHD resolution and HDR10 support ensures everything looks great. You will get great battery life from the Mate 20 Pro, and we regularly achieved a day and a half of uses from a single charge during our review time. This phone comes with 3 cameras on the rear, adding the excellent 40MP wide angle and 8MP telephoto lenses from the P20 Pro, but the third sensor is new. It's an ultra-wide 16MP snapper, allowing you to capture even more of your surroundings into each shot. The Mate 20 Pro is a full-featured phone for a full-featured price. The Xiaomi Mi 9 is a fantastic all-around device, offering many of the bells and whistles of high-end phones but without the price tag. The Mi 9 looks like a fantastic jack-of-all-trades device, It has a powerful processor, impressive camera setup and supports up to 20-watt fast charging. And on top of that, it's a whole lot cheaper than the phones with a similar spec. The Xiaomi Mi 9 has a slightly curved glass back, giving it a distinct look and a comfortable feel. The Mi 9 has a 6.39-inch AMOLED display with a 2340 by 1080 Full HD Plus resolution, which delivers vibrant colors with a great brightness range. The Mi 9 is one of the first phones available with Qualcomm's latest top-end Snapdragon 855 processor. The Snapdragon 855 is paired with 6GB RAM and the experience is very smooth and fast. This is Xiaomi's first phone to use a triple lens setup with a 16MP ultra-wide and a 12MP 2x telephoto camera flanking the standard 48MP sensor. The extra resolution is used for pixel binning and greater light sensitivity at 12MP. The main camera takes great shots in most situations, offering an AI mode that will try to boost the scene. Overall, it's an outstanding phone for those who have limited budget. Oppo Reno smartphone was launched in April 2019. The phone comes with a 6.40-inch touchscreen display and an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. Oppo Reno is powered by a 2.2 GHz octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 processor along with 8GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Oppo Reno on the rear packs a 48MP primary camera with an 1.7 aperture and a second 5MP camera. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It sports a 16MP camera on the front for selfies. This phone runs ColorOS 6 based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 256GB of inbuilt storage. It is powered by a 3765mAh battery and supports 20W of fast battery charging. It was launched in Extreme Night Black, Foxy Green, Mist Powder and Nebula Purple colors.